10 amazing tech products you will definitely want to buy in 2022. What's up guys, welcome to TechPoint. We all know how comforting it is to use tech gadgets, the ease we experience, the luxury that comes with them, and how they make life easier for us. What actually draws our attention to most of these tech gadgets at first glance is how they look. But recently, new techs have proven to us that it's what's on the inside that pave way for these gadgets to find their way into our daily lives. Now, before we look at some of these amazing tech gadgets you would want to buy this year, don't forget to like this video and also to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other amazing videos. With that being said, let's dig into the 10 of these amazing tech gadgets you might want to buy. Number 1. 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. The MacBook Pros are a game-changing piece of tech. They came with new features, new specs, new categories altogether. The 14-inch and 16-inch MacBooks are Apple's latest generation of laptops. These MacBooks are currently building off the success of their native M1 chip. The new M1 Pro and M1 Max chips have fully ripened the productive potentials of integrating software and hardware down to its transistors. Apple's new MacBook blows competitors out of the water when it comes to setting hard numbers of synthetic benchmarks, even when they were tested for performance relating to photo and video editing, workhorse and pixel-pushing tasks that hold up as well. MacBook Pros are built for it. Another interesting fact is that you won't be able to find competitors with close comparable performance. Even its battery performance is incredible. This wouldn't have been possible if Apple hadn't taken back some of its previous decisions. A decision that includes old awkward features like Touch Bar, which doesn't serve a vital purpose. This set of MacBooks now features having ports other than USB-C. The idea of correcting these previous errors is an essential to the new MacBook Pros as their internal improvements. Number 2. LG A1 Series TV. Television is of two types. First, we have the big flashy ones with designs that could melt the eyes out of its sockets while on display at trade shows or storefronts. They can be as big as your living room wall. Vivid demo footage loop viciously on them, so sharp they could cut you. Secondly, we have the ones you might want to buy. The LG A1 series belongs to this category. It's a low-key icon ruling fiercely with a fist of practicality. After the initial rollout of the 4K display, it has now finally reached its saturation points after some years, and the LG A1 naturally boasts of this current standard resolution. Similarly, the LG A1 series sports OLED technology, which features individually lit pixels that come with notably sharp contrast because of its deep, inky blacks, which make it stand out. Another notable thing about this gadget is its price point. We know that 4K OLED TVs have always come with high prices, enough to make an average buyer rethink his decisions. The $1,000 price point and combination of other interesting features make it a rock star. Number 3. The DJI Mavic 3. The DJI Mavic 3 is a folding flagship drone that peaks the pinnacle of flight and photography tech you can get from a quadcopter before getting to use truly professional gears. This drone comes with extra batteries and it is capable of shooting ProRes videos. Isn't that incredible? It also features 120 FPS video capability and it comes with a new 4x3-inch sensor and a big incredible improvement on its flight time, up to 46 minutes. The Mavic 3 is the king of aerial photography and a great updated tech drone for those who can afford it. Number 4. Google Pixel 6. For several years since the introduction of Google's homegrown Pixel phones, which has occupied a phenomenal space, like flagships from competitors like Apple, Samsung, Google Pixel phones were slightly more affordable, although less capable in terms of features. But with the introduction of Pixel 6, which is currently more affordable and more capable than its predecessors, Google seems to have finally hit a sweet spot. The $590 Pixel 6 comes with an eye-catching and polarizing design, a bit of computational oomph from Google's made-to-spec Tensor chip, along with a great camera, which provides the search giant with considerable photography tricks. Number 5. Apple AirTags. This next gadget is strictly for iPhone users. AirTags are tiny, Mentos-sized gadgets with no buttons, screens, or any moving parts. Apple's AirTags are being built towards an amazing variety of ends. These gadgets help you find your important belongings by providing you with the precise location of the use of Apple's ever-growing Find My network, and this way you can never misplace your wallet, backpack, keys, and so on ever again. This gadget is cheap for iPhone owners to dip their heads a little more into Apple's ecosystem of amazing devices and services. What an impressive innovation from a trillion-dollar tech company. However, what might be the biggest feature of this gadget may still take years to be fully developed. Through the use of Apple's UI chip, which is an ultra-wideband transmitter found inside the AirTag as well as within Apple's latest phones. AirTags provide precise tracking information. For lost devices, it could guide your eyes through to what you might be looking for if you can see the waves. At the moment, a compatible iPhone will do the trick. What about in the future? Well, maybe some sort of tech glasses will be able to play the role well. For just $30, you can be sure not to lose your prized possessions again. And these AirTags are exceptionally one of the most intriguing gadgets Apple has released in a long time. Number 6. The Nikon Z9. In time past, DSLRs were the top standards for high-quality digital photography and one of the most loved members of the DSLR family. This was Nikon's classic D700. But for some years now, digital camera concepts have deserted these designs. Some big names have been wanting to stake their claim to the throne for mirrorless full-frame design. Nevertheless, Nikon Z9 came with incredible specs at a surprisingly affordable price and also features a few high-tech peculiarities which helped in searching for the stars. The Japanese camera maker's play, isn't that an impressive one? Similar to the mirror-toting cameras of Nikon's classic DSLRs, Z9 still recalls this feature in some ways. At close to 3 pounds with complete battery and memory, the Z9 is roughly the same weight as the classic DSLRs compared to mirrorless flagships manufactured by tech companies like Sony and Canon, who lost half a pound or so when they dropped their mirrors. The Z9 looks further forward into the future. Surprisingly, it didn't just drop its mirrors but also shed its shutters as well. The scan speed of this camera's 45.7 MP stacked CMOS sensor was able to eliminate the rolling shutter issue and also help drop shutter speed down to 1 by 32,000, along with the ability to shoot stills at up to 120 FPS. With time, we will be able to know if the Nikon Z9 will be able to hang with its predecessors, the legendary DSLRs. Nevertheless, the odds look good. With a mix of legacy and tech, it shows that Nikon hasn't lost its touch. Number 7. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. Do you remember the old flip phones from the early 2000s? These flip phones have been trying to make a comeback for several years now, but they seem to have been plagued with issues. I'm not even talking about the well-publicized issues from Samsung and Microsoft's previous attempts to recreate flip phones like cracked screens, creaking creases, and failed durability tests. I'm talking about the biggest constraints with these new age flip phones, which have been the price. These phones have been widely expensive, costing a lot more and sometimes even double the price of non-flipping smartphones that rarely exceed $1,000. And you still have to sacrifice some product quality. You want a good camera and a brilliant display, right? But not Samsung's latest take, the new Galaxy Z Flip 3, a traditional flip phone with all-around improvements. When you compare the Flip 3 with its predecessors, you will notice that its squared-off design is nicer and more functional screen that can be used as a viewfinder for your camera. An improved hinge mechanism, a good quality camera system, and a beautiful display that has 120Hz refresh rate. Just like Samsung's non-flipping smartphones, do you want to hear the best part? It costs $1,000, making it $500 cheaper than it used to be. It's the first of its kind that an average Jack can afford. Number 8. The PS5 VR controller. Sony has just revealed what its motion controllers will look like. We wouldn't be expecting anything less than a wonder from the tech giant. The PS5 VR controller will translate your hand movements into the virtual world, just like you see in science fiction movies. One particular feature that would amaze you is the finger touch detection that senses where your fingers are placed on the remote. This will instinctively enable you to pick up and manipulate objects in the virtual world in natural ways. The PS5 VR controller comes as an orb-shaped gadget, which gives a high degree of freedom to players, allowing you to hold it up in a very natural way. Sony includes adaptive triggers on both the left and the right VR controllers, while allowing them to convey haptic feedbacks from added immersion. Furthermore, it allows for more natural gestures to be seen in the virtual world. This means the controllers are capable of detecting and tracking thumb, index, and middle finger movements without engaging any button. For now, Sony is preparing to send out prototypes of these controllers to developers, so very soon we would have a few VR games taking advantage of the new feature. Number 9. EZVIZ C3N Outdoor Smart Wi-Fi Camera. The EZVIZ C3N is a tennis ball size security camera, a solid bit of kit. It has to be. During the testing of this amazing smart Wi-Fi camera, it was battered by hail, rain, and later roasted on the hottest days of the year. This little tech gadget was found worthy. It proved its worth. The installation of this camera is quite easy. As long as you have a drill, you can fix it to your wall in no time. The EZVIZ camera comes with an app that is cordially straightforward to use. You can toggle a full screen live stream, and when you hit the record button, the footage will be saved neatly to your camera roll and the app. If you want to use the camera for other purposes, the live view feature is ideal. For example, you might want to keep an eye on the kids while you work, or you can use it as a nature cam. Interestingly, you can also add up multiple cameras on the same system and share devices among other users. I know you're already eager to know if this camera is really good for security or not. Well, as for the video quality, it has exceptionally sharp daylight vision, and thanks to its full HD 1080p resolution, its colors are true to life. Now let's talk about its incredible night vision, because this is where the camera comes to prove its uniqueness. There's an embedded algorithm that helps the EZVIZ smart Wi-Fi camera with intelligent sensing. This means that it can differentiate between humans and other animals in the neighborhood, like cats, dogs, and that's not all. The EZVIZ camera is incredibly sensitive too. The smart night vision mode has two built-in infrared LEDs. These LEDs can be seen as far as 30 meters automatically, and when it detects human movement within its radar, it switches to color monitoring. Along with powerful spotlights, anyone attempting to burglar you is guaranteed to show their face on camera. You'll be alerted immediately without needing to stay glued to your camera feed. Number 10. Vaonis Vespera Smart Telescope. Have you ever had the opportunity to go stargazing with a telescope? Quite an experience, right? The notion of a telescope without having to look through an eyepiece would sound rather absurd, because many people will argue to say, what kind of telescope would you view without literally looking through its eyepiece? But you just haven't seen this new beautiful telescope from an Italian company called Vaonis. The Vespera Smart Telescope is an amazing gadget you would long to possess. This telescope takes the image hitting its sensors and sends a live view to your smartphone or tablet via Wi-Fi while you lie under the sheets. This means that you only have to set up the telescope outside while you tour the universe on your smartphone. That's not all. The app's compatible with the telescope features several cosmic points of interest to point the telescope towards. For example, you would witness the birth of a star, while the GPS and motors abroad point the lens in the right direction. You can schedule observations if you want to capture something while you're sleeping, and you can also take stacks of photos which reveal more details and share with friends. Thank you for watching until the end. Before you leave, don't forget to tell us which of these gadgets you'll be buying in 2022 in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to the channel by tapping the subscribe button below. Thank you.